Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Ken's Travels. Before we show you the recent trips to both New York and Atlanta, I wanted to touch base with you for a minute to show you some of the things that I've been up to, of course, during the pandemic and things of that nature. I also wanted to show you some of the things we've been investing in to make content or better content for you in the future, and a couple other things. First up, we wanted to talk to you about some of the trips that we had planned that were canceled because of coronavirus. Last October, we had a trip planned to Africa to go to Morocco, to Marrakesh, Essaouira, and Agadir. I'm not sure if I'm saying Essaouira right, but we're supposed to go to those three places. After that, we were going to take a trip to Seville, Spain. And after that, we were going to go to Dubai and Abu Dhabi. It was going to be about a three-week trip. Unfortunately, as you all know, we weren't able to do that. Very disappointing. We'll see what happens in regards to the future. As a result of that, I was able to get a lot of money back for most of my trips, and I also got a lot of vouchers that I'm able to use in the future. After that, we were going to go on a trip to Canada. We were going to go to Toronto, British Columbia, Vancouver, and also take a trip to Anchorage, Alaska. We got everything taken care of, everything paid for, and of course the borders never opened, so we couldn't do that either. Very disappointing and unfortunate. Once again, we got either money back or we got vouchers. So I have a bunch of vouchers just sitting around that I'm going to have to use sooner or later. A lot of them are for a year or 18 months. I have about 4 or 5 international airline ones. I'm sure you all can see my cat in the background. She just likes to hop around and just bother everything and mess with everything. So you may see her throughout the video, or she may come and mess with me. Apologize in advance for that. Anyway, so we had to cancel the Canada trip. So at that point, I was trying to strategically plan in advance for trips in 2021. I figured if I planned them for around anywhere September, October, November 2021, we would be safe. And maybe some of the restrictions and vaccines and different things with coronavirus would be fixed and taken care of by then, or just some of the rules and restrictions would be a little bit more lax by then. So the first trip I planned was a trip to go to London again, and I basically was just going to use London as a base. I already been there once before. I didn't really want to go there again necessarily, but I was going to use it as a base because, as I said before, once you're over there, you can get to a lot of other places, and it's a lot cheaper. Just if you get to London or somewhere else by itself. Got that ticket, paid for it, started making some plans, and the airline canceled that trip. So then after that, got some more vouchers again. I planned another trip. This time I was going to plan a trip to Budapest and pay for the trip to Budapest. And I was debating on where else I was going to go. I was thinking of going to Croatia. I was thinking of going to Montenegro or Negro, however you say it. I was thinking of going to Ukraine, Nur Sultan, Kazakhstan. There was a bunch of places I was thinking of going to, and I always want to try to go to different places, and even at least every trip I want to go to one obscure place that a lot of people don't like to go to, or a lot of people have never been to, because I like to do things different. Anyway, so then that trip got canceled. So it's just been an ongoing situation over and over again where it's just been a bunch of disappointments. Thankfully, last year I did take a lot of trips in the States. Last year I went to Boston, Cleveland, New York, Atlanta, and Miami. I plan on taking some more trips this year as well. However, what I have been doing, since I haven't been able to take trips outside of the States, and since things keep getting canceled, I've just been building up things to make this a better channel. I've seen some of the comments and the criticisms and some of the complaints. I need for some people to realize that when I first started this channel, I had just posted trips that I had already previously taken. I had no idea that I was going to actually start to make up a YouTube channel. So at that point, I just posted the footage. The footage of that then. Now, since I took some more trips, I've been trying to do a little bit more, but still, I didn't have the equipment. I didn't have the right things. And then sometimes, even when you're taking trips with other people, you don't like to inconvenience them because they're not as into a YouTube channel or different things, or to the degree and extent that you are. So I always try to take them into consideration as well. With that said, some of the equipment that we have invested in, I'm going to show you now. So we're trying to take this pretty serious. First off, we are making a studio. I have multiple places and my crib where I can set up things. I have a green screen now. I have the equipment for the green screen. I have like the lights. You can see one of the lights shining down on me now. I have another one that I haven't, that's in the other room that I haven't set up yet. So we have that. We can use the green screen. We can set up whatever type of background that we want to now. Some of the other things besides that we get, I get some AirPod Pros, and basically this isn't necessarily essential for travel, but I mean they're a lot more convenient, and also they're great for when I'm editing videos and I don't want everybody in my business knowing what I'm doing, so I could just do it on my iPad or wherever else, and you know, if somebody's asleep in the bed or whatever, I can just do it in privacy. Next up, we invested in a gimbal. Before I was using my phone, and we also had like the things by Osmo where they're gimbals where you can attach your phone to it. We had those before, but they're like big and clunky, and you get kind of tired of carrying them around sometimes. I think I still will use them, but I want to use a variety of different things in the future to make the channel better. So the more options you have, the better. So with that said, the second thing that we have is the Fimi Palm. Basically, this is just a miniature size gimbal. It's just like the DJI Osmo Pocket and the Osmo Pocket 2. It goes up to 4K 30 frames per second. I've used it a couple times on it. It's pretty cool. I think there are some better things out there, but again, it's just another line of arsenals of things that we can use while I'm on a trip in the future. And actually, I have it here with me too, as you can see. I don't know if it'll come on or not. It may need some power. Let's see. Oh, it'll actually come on. So as you can see, it moves, it comes on, and then what you do is you just shoot the footage with the camera. You see the camera on there. You can hold it in your hand, it's pocket size. And then after that, I can upload it to my phone. I can also use my phone as a camera for it as well. Attach it to like a selfie stick or whatever type of stick, and then use this while using on my phone, control it with my phone, everything else, just so I have a bigger, clearer picture on my phone versus just a small gimbal. Alright, next up after that, we also invested in a action cam. This here is the Osmo, excuse me, this here is the Insta360 1R. It's actually an action cam. So basically what this is for, it's for when you do certain things like action activities, like if you were going surfing, if you were going skydiving, if you were going mountain climbing, if you were going skateboarding on your bike, anything that has to do with action, you have your action cam. They're rugged. They can deal with a little bit more stress and trauma. What's also cool about this camera too is that it also has different modules. So it has the 4K module, but it also has the module for 360 views. So basically I can do pictures and frames with 360 view all around, and then I can fool around with it and do like some pretty creative and unique video as a result of that. I'm actually recording on that camera now. I'm using it as a webcam. So it'll be pretty interesting to see what all we can do in the future with this camera. Next up, of course, you all know, as you've seen already, this is the microphone that I'm using, that I'm talking to you now. This is the Quadcast. I'm sorry, I'm having a really hard time trying to put this in the frame, but yeah, this is it here. Just wanted a better microphone before I had the Snowballs, and it was time for upgrade. I've had that one for several years, and it was time to get an upgrade beyond what I was currently using. Next up, because I also wanted, like I said, I wanted to do interviews in the future when we're out on the street, sampling food, different things that you see on other YouTube channels. I just want to step my game up and get better as we go along, if I'm going to continue to do it. So the next thing I get is it's a DJI Mini 2 drone. This is the Fly More kit, and basically it's just a drone. So that way I'll be able to record things in the future with the drone, you know, views of the beach or the mountains or the trees, and just get things from an aerial perspective that'll make things a lot more unique and a lot more professionally done. Something that I was never able to do before previously. Here's the actual drone itself. And what's great about this drone is that it is under the 2.5 threshold, so this way I can use this drone and I don't have to register it with the FAA. But there's actually some propeller guards that I want to get for it, and if that's the case, it would make it over the amount. And if that's the case, I would have to get registered with the FAA for it. But we're going to take our chances without it when we're outside. And the reason I mainly want to do that is because I've only flown it inside so far, and when I have, things didn't always go too well. I was crashing into a bunch of things. But one of the cool things about it was really fun messing with my cats, because both my mom's cat and my cat are terrified of the drone, so I kind of like chased them around the house with it. It's pretty cool. Maybe I'll take video of that sometime. And another thing that we get as well is invested in, a Mac Mini. This is the newest version that came out, the M1, with the new M1 chip that everybody's been raving about since Apple's making their own chips now instead of using the ones from Intel. It's actually really cool. It's pretty fast. But what I want to do is to do more professional photo editing using things like Logic X. What's the one that Apple comes out with? I forget. Anyway, their pro version of their editing software and other software, so that I can get more professional videos in the future. So basically, that's some of the things that I wanted to show you all, just to show you that like we're not just sitting on our laurels. Since we can't travel as much, I'm using this time to invest in quality things that will make this channel better in the future. So again, this is just keeping you up and informed with what all we've been doing, and stick around. Hopefully stay tuned. We have a lot more content for you in the future. Thanks for watching. As always, like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.